So yes, again, welcome to Coders Den. I hope you all are doing well. So last week we talked a lot about IOTA functions, callback functions, return functions, and so on and so forth. But today we'll be doing something different, but not different to what we have been learning before. What we are learning today is something it's kind of in between arrays and objects. So we are going to combine our knowledge of arrays with our knowledge of objects. That's what we are doing today, basically. And the topic for today is drum roll, set and maps. That's what we are going to be learning today. Quite simple, as you can see. Even the manual is short. Simple but very, very useful. Okay, let's go with set. We're going to start now. What is set? Those of us that are familiar with mathematics will know what a set is. Usually we have different things. We have data, and then that data we might have like two different sets. And then in these two different sets, we are going to find the intersection point, the point that intersect this and that, the one that is not even part of the two different data that we have, and so on and so forth. But the set we are talking about, it only contains unique elements. When I mean unique elements, a set will never contain a duplicate. That is what they mean by unique elements. It contains one of a kind. For example, if we have two dummies somewhere, we have two Chisoms, we have two Tochukus, we have two Joyces. If you put all of them inside a set is going to make sure that there is only one unique entity of each data. So it's going to throw out the duplicates. So at the end of the day, you only have one dummy, one Tochi, and one Chisom, no matter the number of dummies you throw inside the set. So that's just a run through of what it is so that we can at least keep that in mind while I'm going through. Set is a collection of elements. Set can only contain unique elements. Let us see how to create a set in the section below. Quite simple. Creating an empty set, you assign new set to any variable you want to. We are going to go through that. Okay, right now. Okay, this was your stock last class. So const, let's call it unique. I hope this pen is correct. Now let me use my keyboard. Nah, not this keyboard. Coming, and we are. Let me connect my mouse too, and we are live. Okay, unique is equal to new sets. Interesting. So yes, we have this. If I console.log unique. What do we have? 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 Can you see? This is what we have. If I go to the console to check, this is it. This is what we have. Okay, for now it is zero, so we are not going to see anything. But this is how it looks like, as you can see. When you console.log it. It is a set and then it has curly braces. I say curly braces. Why do I say braces? Curly brackets. Just like objects, but they are not the same as objects. So that's how to create a new set. I'm sure that's quite simple. It's similar to creating a new array, creating a new object, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now creating a set from an array. Like I said, set only contains unique elements. So if we put uh, several, if we put data like inside a set, it's going to sieve it out and only save the unique elements. For example, let me use the example here to save time and save me from typing a lot. So we have this. Okay. So this is it. This is an array. This is an array. We have an array of languages. So we have English, we have Finnish, we have English again, we have French, we have Spanish, we have English, we have French. So as you can see, there are duplicates inside this array that we have. We have English twice, we have Finnish okay once, we have French once, we have Spanish once, we have no, we have French twice. Yes, as I can see. So if you want to get only the unique elements, you want to only get one of a kind, you don't want duplicates. You are going to this is how to create it. You are going to put, the same way we created a new set, but this time around, inside this bracket, you are going to pass that array that you want to change to a set. For in this case, we have languages. So you are going to pass it inside this bracket. So this is how it's going to look like actually. Let me just think it's better when we see it being done. So const let's call it set languages is equal to new set, and then this is it. This is how you create a new set. But this time around, we don't want to create an empty set. We want to create set of an array. So we are going to pass our array inside, which is languages in this case. And then if you console.log it, uh, we are going to see which set of languages is not defined. Oh, it's set languages in our case now. Okay, I'm coming. Before that, I want to delete this. I want to delete this one. I'll delete this. And I will also delete this. Yes, that is good. So we have this. These are a set of languages. As you can see, we have English, Finnish, French, and Spanish. Only the unique elements. We know nothing like extra, a byproduct that we don't need. We only have the important elements, that is, unique elements. That's what sets. That's what they do. That's what set does. So that's an example. And also, we can, the same way we can iterate through an array, iterate through an object, you can also do the same with set. Set is an iterable object, and we can iterate through each element. For example, we have set, so same thing that we've been doing. If, for example, we want to, we are going to use a for loop in this case for example, what is each? I'm sorry for the noise. I'm staying close to the airport, so sorry. For each of the languages inside the set language set that I have, let's say I want to, um, let's use the simplest thing though for now. Console.log, um, and then let me say this, a uh, of is, and then we are going to have each. If we console.log this, what we are going to see is this. So one by one is going to like iterate through these set languages, and then each time it is going to execute what we have inside this for scope, or should I say for block, inside this loop. It is going to execute it. And in this case, what we are telling it to execute each time is just to console.log one of the unique languages is, and then in front of it, that particular element, which we represented as each in this case. So the first time it goes, the first element is English. The first time it goes is going to be one of the unique languages is English. The second time, next one is Finnish. It's going to go do the loop again. One of the unique languages is Finnish. Then the next one is French, and the last one is Spanish. So that is what it is going to do. So, and then the next thing is adding an element to a set. This is also very easy and very understandable because the method you are going to use to add an element to a set is the add method. ADD. For example, let's say we want to add more languages. We want to add more languages. So we can say in our case, let me remove this. So we can say, what's it? Set languages dot add. What do I want to add? What language do we have? Wait for it. Wait for it. Yes, and then let's say we want to add another one. Set languages dot add. Someone should give me a language. One of you.
Latin.
Eh?
Latin.
Again, please.
Latin.
Nothing.
Korean.
Korean. Okay. Well, what language was that? I had nothing. Who was that
He said
person?
Latin, Latin.
Oh, Latin. Latin. Ah, okay. Sorry, excuse me. I not. So Latin, and then we say console.log set languages. Wait for it. Wait for it. And we have bam. So now we have everything we've added. Finnish, French, Spanish. After that, we added Japanese, we added Korean, and we added Latin. So that is how to add new elements to a set. As simple as that. So yeah, the same way, this is a nice way of adding elements to a set. You can loop through. For example, now you can loop through this array of companies, and each time you loop through it, you execute a line of code, and then in that line, you just tell it to add whatever it finds in that loop at that particular time. You should add it to this empty set that you created. So the first time it will add Google, Google will be there. The second time it will add Facebook, and so on and so on and so on till it gets to the last element inside that array, and it's going to add it inside the set. So for now, does anyone have a question before we move on? Questions?
No,
No questions?
no questions.
Okay, no questions. We'll move on. So yes, deleting an element in a set. Also very simple. The method too is extremely simple to remember. Is the delete method. So if I want to delete a particular element, where is it? Where is it? If I want to delete a particular element, so let's say we want to delete Latin. I want to delete Latin. I want to remove Latin out of the languages. We just say set languages dot the word is delete. In the method, you pass whatever you want to delete. Let's say Latin. And 3, 2, 1, come on, come on. Yes, it has done that. So now if we check, if we console, if we do this now, you are going to find out that I'm coming. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading. I'm running so many things right now. That's why it's a bit slow. So yeah, if we check now, you'll find out that Latin is no more there. And then to check the number of elements you have in your set, you use dot size. Set languages dot size. As you can see, and then it will give you what you're looking for. Set languages dot size is not a function. Why is it not a function? Companies dot size. Oh, I made a mistake here. Unlike, we remember that when we're talking about arrays, it was usually, do we have an array here? It was usually languages dot length. And then if we console dot log this, we are going to see, we are going to see the number of things inside the array, inside that particular array. But this time around, when it comes to sets, we don't use that, we use dot size. So if I console log this, if I log this on my console, immediately I'll see 6. And before it was not 6, before it was greater than 6, it was 7. For example, if I do this, wait, console dot size. So that was before I deleted it. So yeah, before it was 7, but after we deleted Latin right here, after we deleted Latin here, coming, we deleted, let's change the language again. So we deleted Latin here. So because we deleted Latin, the number of elements inside our set languages also reduced from 7 to 6, which shows that of course we have deleted an element from the set. So that's all about deleting an element. And then if you want to check an element in the set, before for objects, if you want to check an element, we use the as on property. If you want to check like, oh, this key is there, so so and so. For array, we use include to check if something is inside an array. But for set, the method is a bit different. We use the as method. We use the as method, HAS. So, for example, if I want to check if Latin is there, because we have deleted it. So let's say I just want to check, just to be sure. So set languages. So I'll do this. Latin. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. So what this is going to show is false. Why? Because I already deleted Latin here in this line. That is why. But if I had done this same thing before I deleted it, it will show true. To show that yes, Latin does exist inside the set. But I did it after. Yeah, I already deleted it. This was before I deleted it. That's why it's showing true. But this one, I executed this code after to check if Latin was there. And on line 504, which is before 509, I had already deleted it. So that's why it's showing me false. So it returns Boolean, just like includes as zone property and the likes. It returns Boolean for you. So you can use it to set conditions and so on and so forth. So that's that about that. So checking if an element is in the set, yes, we have that. If you want to clear the set, you use the clear method, CLEAR. That is, if you want to just erase the set, you want to make it a blank page all over again. We want to make it blank again. We are still going to use our set languages. So we go with set languages dot clear, and as you can see, these are all the what they call it, all the methods for it. So this time around, we are going to use clear. We're using clear. Don't need to pass anything. So if I go to set languages and I console log it while that one is still loading. Oh, as you can see, it's already showing me empty actually. I don't even need to console log it. Can you see? It's showing me that it is empty. It is now empty. Why? Why is it empty? Because I cleared it. I erased it. It's like cleaning a blackboard. I erased it. I want to start on a new slate. Let's say you are doing something on the code, and then at a particular point, like you are done with whatever you are doing, and then you want to work with um, another data, maybe another array. So you have to clean the one before. So at that point, you just use the name of your set, the name of the variable where you stored your set dot clear. So you clean it, and then you start whatever all the things you want to do all over again. So we have that for that. The next thing is clearing the set. We've done that. So this example below to learn how to use set. So we are going to do tasks for that actually. We are going to finish this really fast so we have time to do lots of tasks today. So this is an example. We have the languages variable declared using consts, and then inside it the data inside is an array that you assign to this languages variable. So you created a set from that, and then this is the set you have created. This is where you assigned it. So this variable will now be carrying this particular data. So after that, you can check the size. You can do whatever you want to do to it. Here now, oh, okay. This is a very very good example. Okay, okay. We are going to use our own example. Uh, let's say, um, which example should I use? Which example should I use? I'm coming. Let me use the example, but in a different context. In a very different context. Okay. So this and I already have languages up there. That's why it's showing me an error. So this time around, let's say we want to get um let's see. Hmm. I'm thinking. Okay, let's say we have numbers. Let's say we have some numbers this time around instead of languages. So up here or down here, I'm going to create numbers. Const uh, numbers. Let's say r is equal to we have um, let's say 1 2 1 2 5 7 6. So I'll repeat some of them. So so and I'll make them quite a lot so that at least it's something you see the importance of it. Because at least it will be quite hard for a human being to do this one just like that. So we have the numbers array, and then we are going to create a set for these numbers. That is the unique elements in these numbers array, which obviously is from 0 to 9. That's what it's going to give you. So let's say const uh, unique numbers or just num set. Let's do that. Num set is equal to new set, and then we pass our array, numbers array. So after doing that, if I want to get the same thing they did here, if I want to get that the number of times we have an element in this array. For example, how many ones do we have in this array? How many twos do we have in this array? How many threes do we have in this array? How many fours do we have in this array? And so on and so forth. So if we want to do that, I'm going to ask you guys a question. after this, so you guys should make sure you follow. So, but for now, I will not bother you guys. But immediately after I'm done with this, I'm going to ask a question to at least get if you are following the logic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iterate through the set. That is, I'm going to iterate from 0 to 9 times. That is, I'm going to iterate 10 times. And then for those 10 times, for the elements in this set, I am going to look for that particular. Okay, I think let me just do it. So let's say const um, each of the elements in my new set. In this set, what do I want to do? The same thing they did here. We've learned about the filter method, and it can not only be used with array, you can use it with other things too. So this time around, const, let us call it, what should we call it? What should we call it? Let us call it set filter, just like that. I'm bad with naming things, so excuse me. Set filter is equal to same thing they did up here. That's what we are going to do. And so this time around, we are going to be filtering through our numbers array. Numbers array, this filter. And what is the condition we want to set for our filter? Let's see, for each element. Yeah, for each element, what we want to do is we want to make sure that the element is equal to each. Okay, so this is what we want to do. So what this is talking about is that it should filter, that is, it should return the element that fulfills this condition. This element is talking about what? It's talking about each of these values here. 1, 2, 1, each of these values in this number array. That's what this element represents. It represents each and every one of them. So we want to return that particular element that fulfills this condition. That the moment that one of these is equal to what we have in our set, it should filter it, it should return it and save it inside this set filter variable that we created. So after that, what do we want to do? We want to, okay, I have to create something outside and what I'm going to create outside is an array. So let me name the array. What should I name the array? First, let me name the array stats. Num stats. Yeah, I think that's just the best thing. Num stats is equal to, it's going to be an array to start with. So we have that, that is good. So the next thing is that whatever we get here now, each time this thing is going to be executed each one by one in this loop. So the first time it enters this loop, this each is going to be what is going to be found in our set, which in this case is one, because when it goes it will see one and then to see other ones, but one is unique one, is going to be one. So each this at this point is going to be one. So this one is now going to filter all the elements that are equal to each. And the first time it goes through this loop, each is one. So it's going to filter all the elements that are equal to one. And it's going to return them and put them inside an array. That is, all the ones that exist inside this numbers array, it is going to save them. That's what it's going to do the first time. The second time is going to look for, is going to be two. So it's going to do that same thing for two, and so on and so forth. So what we want to do is that we want to push. What do we want to push? So we want to push is not count this time around. We want to push inside this particular array, our own array. Num set dot push. What do we want to push? So we are going to make it an array of objects. We want to push this time around, let's call it number, and that number is going to be each. And then we also want to push the should count be nice, or should I say mode? Mode. No mode. Occurrence. Repetition. Someone should give me a word I should use. A word that can, I don't want to use count, but I want the word to signify like the number of repetition it has. Hello? Suggestions for a word, please. That I should use to name the number of repetitions. Guys?
Repeat.
Repeat, okay. Let's use repeat. And then it is now going to be our set filter. Actually, it should not even be set filter. It should be uh array filter instead. So it will be our array filter dot length. So what this line is talking about is that after we filter the numbers that is exactly this each, equal to this each, in which the first time is going to be 1. So after it filters all the 1, I want it to execute this code. What does this code mean? Num set does push. Actually, it's meant to be num stats, not num set. Num stats dot push. That is, it should push inside this array something. What is the something it should push? It should push an object. In that object, we have a key of number, and then the value of this key, of this number key, should be each. In other words, it should push each, and then each in this case is going to be the element that is in that set, the number of time is going through that array. For example, we have a set, let me use this as an example. For example, we have English, Finnish, French, Spanish, and so on. So if this thing is going to iterate, if you want to loop through this now with for const each of set languages, if you want to loop through it, the first time it loops, the value of each is going to be the first element in that array, in that set, sorry. The second time it loops, the value of each is going to be the value of the second element in that set. The third time it loops, the value of each is going to be the value of the third element in that set, and so on and so forth. So the first time is going to be 1. That is, the value of each will be 1. So this one will get all the ones that exist inside this new numbers array. It's going to filter out all the ones. This one is now going to push the value of that each, which is 1, is going to push it here. So this one we have a key called number, and then the value of that key will be 1. And then repeat is going to be the length of what it did here. And what it did here is that it removed all the ones, it filtered out all the ones. So now the number of ones that exist now, that's what is going to pass here. That is the this array dot length. So after it does that, I think we are actually basically done with everything we need at this point. So, and then outside of the loop, of course, our console.log our there num stats. What do we have? What do we have? Loading. I might have to reboot my laptop at this point. Okay. For now, let me comment out this. Okay, let me comment out this for now because I already have something called languages up there. So for now, I do not need it. So I'll just comment this out right now. And these two, I will also comment this out. Do not need them for now. So we are going to have this in the console. Let me show you what we have in the console. On the console, we have. Oh, I did not save it. I have to save it. Okay, after saving it, I can now check this. So now we have this. 1, how many times? 4 times. 2, how many times do we have it? We have it 4 times. 5, how many times do we have it? We have it 6 times. 6, how many times do we have it? We have it 5 times. And the reason why the order is like this is because when it goes here, the unique number it finds that it was not there before because our set was empty. So when it's checking through this numbers array, the first unique element it finds is 1. Good. Then he finds 2. He'll be like, do I have 2? No, what I have before is 1. So he's going to save that 2. It will go to 1 again. Do I have 1? Yes, I already have 1 and 2. So it will jump it. 2. Do I have 2? Yes, I already have 1 and 2. It will jump it. 5. Do I have 5? I don't have 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 5. That's what's going to be in your set. So that's why the order is like this. So if you want to really see that well, let me console.log our num set. Yeah, we have this 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 3. So anytime it finds a unique element that it has not seen before, it just adds it. So does anyone understand this solution before I ask the question I want to ask?
Does anyone understand? Is that what you're asking? Not
Sorry, please, I want to
no.
ask a question.
Ask, ask, ask.
I don't understand though.
Okay, the part where we saw the arrangement of the numbers, where you have 1, 2, 5, and the likes.
Uh-huh.
Is it that um,
Is it that what?
is it that is it that I can't find the part where you wrote one, like the way it was being arranged. Is it based on the frequency, like how frequent the numbers are? That's the way
No, no.
it's been arranged from 0. Where you have number 1, repeat 4, number 2, repeat 4.
So
Or is it that 2 is being repeated 4 times, then 5 is repeated 6 times, like that, like that?
do you know what this repeat stands for in the first instance?
The like the number of occurrence now,
Yes, yes,
right?
yeah. So what's your question again, please?
Yeah, I get that point.
Mm-hmm.
I get that part.
Okay, so what's the question? Hello?
Okay, I get it. I get it now. I get it now.
Are you
Like
sure?
the part where you started from 0. Yeah. I just saw what I was looking for.
Okay, cool.
Like my screen was kind of number. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. So do we have any other question?
The question you ask is, does anybody understand what you did? Not.
Okay, does anybody understand what I did or I should go over it again? This is a combination of everything
But
we
Please
have
sister,
go
learned.
over
please
it
God,
again,
please God,
You explain
especially
what you did
line
now. This is
544.
understanding.
Yes.
Line 544. Were you there last class
Yes.
when we were talking about higher order functions?
N- No,
Hmm,
no.
understandable.
This is not basic class.
That is exactly why. Because we
Right.
actually did this last class. So, oof. Trying to go over higher order
Sorry.
functions again.
Don't go
I
over it again.
I am not
Don't
sure.
worry, I'll go through the recording.
Okay, good, good. Yes, go through the recording. And I've actually okay, it will be sent to you today actually. It's already on the cloud, so
Ah,
they'll just send
thank
the link
you.
to you. Yeah. So any other question?
sorry, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way you arrange this 541, this number 541 now, where you wrote the set 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, and the
Mm-hmm.
likes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way the? I guess that's the way the arrangement came out now.
Do you
Like why didn't you use it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
like
that's
the
the
normal?
question I was going to ask you guys. But do you know the thing is, do you know why the value came out like this?
No, no.
S-
I feel it's because of the way you arrange it and
This is
the way you
it.
when you control this part.
It's
When you
picking the first unique number.
Yes, it's picking the first unique number it finds in the data you pass to it. So when it comes here, the first unique number it sees is 1. The second unique number it sees is 2. 1, it's no more unique. It already has a 1. 2, it's no more unique. It already has a 1 and 2. So the next one that is unique is 5. So after that, what number? It goes again to the next. 6. It does not have a 6 here. So the other unique number is 6. That's why you see 1256. Then it goes again 6. It has seen 6 before. So it goes to 3. Is 3 there? 3 was never here. So it's going to add 3 to it. Then 4 again. 4 was 4 here. It never found 4 before. So it is very new to it. It likes 4. So it will take 4. It sees 6 again. I've met 6 before. 6 is no longer new. I want something sweet, something new. So it sees 8. It has not seen 8 before, and so on and so forth. So it takes in the unique elements it sees them, as it meets them. So do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, any other question before I ask my own question?
No questions, sir.
No question. Somebody's watching football and still putting on the mic. Interesting. So, if this thing, as you can see, it does not look beautiful, especially for like maybe if you are doing statistics or whatever they call it. So it does not look beautiful. It is not orderly. This is not nice. I want it to be orderly. I want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, I want to start from zero even. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want it to be orderly. How? How can I do that? That's the first question I want to ask. Then I'll ask the next question. Guys, there are two ways. At least that I know of. There might be more ways, anyways.
I guess from line 536, like we should try and arrange the number in like in a sequential.
How? How should we do that?
Let's start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
How should we
7,
do
8,
it?
9.
This data was given to us raw like this. So
Okay,
imagine it was a
okay.
million now. Can't I I'll not
Malama.
go through it one by one. To help you arrange it. So how? What method should we use? How should we
Sorry,
do
is in
it?
this class.
Wait,
Okay,
only one person has
I'm
been talking. No.
thinking.
Oh, this is another person, right?
Sorry, is in this class too.
I'm trying to talk here. Can't you hear me? Hello.
Okay, I can
We
hear you.
can
I
hear
can
you. We
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah,
Hello.
we can hear
We
We
can
you.
hear
can
you,
hear
ma.
you.
Speak.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe we can look through num set and then plus plus. Probably to come in order,
How?
like in ascending order.
How?
Like, okay, let's say without the zero. For and for let I is equals to 0 and I is less is it less than less than numset dot
Wait, chill,
length
chill. Sorry.
and then I plus plus.
Sorry. Can you come again from the beginning?
Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
said like we can look through numset. I don't know if that's possible actually. Then we let it like log out in an ascending order. I don't know if that'll be possible. Like we look through the length of numset.
And how should we do that? I'll make it log out in ascending order.
I don't know. I just said like for let I is equals to 0 and I is less than numset dot length and then I plus plus.
You see what I'm talking about. For you said let I is equal to 0. I I is less than norm set what?
Dot
Dot what?
oh maybe size
Dot
the
size.
set is size.
I plus plus. So what are you
Then
saying we
I
should do in
plus
the loop?
plus then you will console dot log I
console.log I. Console.log I will just it will
Oh,
just wait. What is? Do you know
return. Oh,
console.log I is going to give you I. It's not going to give you the elements in the set. Not this is what I'm talking about. It will give you I. If I say console.log I, come on, come on. Have you seen? It's going to give you I. It's not going to give you the that particular element inside it.
oh. 3, 4, 5. But we have all the numbers there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes,
9.
we have the numbers there, but how do we sort them? The thing is, if you want to sort things, best way is to first convert that thing to an array. But glory to God, the first time what was given to us, the data that was given to us itself is actually an array. So from there, can someone tell me? Because I don't want to say the answer. I know there is someone. There has to be someone there. So how can we sort it? Like to make sure whatever we get here is going to be orderly. I've almost said the answer.
Can we use sort?
How should we use sort?
Maybe
Okay.
num that.
Hmm?
Numbers array dot sort.
Numbers array dot sort. That's dangerous one. Dot sort. And then what? That's all. Actually, in this case, this is going to work. But, 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 in this case, it's going to work. But, in this case now, if I add two digit numbers, we are going to be getting wonders. Can you see 0, 1, after 1, 10, after 10, 11, then to 2 again. So it is only going to check the first thing that it sees. Oh, it sees that, oh, 0, 0 is the lowest good. Oh, 1, this one has 1, so it has to be lower. Oh, this one has 1, it has to be lower. This one has 1, then 2. So sorting this way is not the best, except if you are only working with single digits. But I don't know, something might happen along the way. So it's best practice to always play safe and specify if you really want, like specify how you really want it to be sorted. So just for the sake of time, yesterday actually we did other functions. So you can just pass in a function, a callback function, and in that callback function, you are going to sort it yourself. And that is going to be sort. Look at me. So it depends whether you want it ascending or descending order. So this one now is going to give us, let me see, it's going to give it to us in descending order. If I want it in ascending order, I'm going to use A minus B. I will not go through that again. If you were not in last class, I am sorry. I'm not going to explain this again. Go and check the video of the last class. So this one is now going to be in, what do you call it? In ascending order. So that is one way to solve this. There is actually another way to solve this from the endpoint. You can solve it from the endpoint. And the way to solve it from the endpoint is that you are going to sort according to the number value that you have. For example, I can say, um, 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 eh, So I can say num stats dot sort, and then I will say a b, same thing. But this time around, what I want to do is this. Each of these is an object. Each, as you can see here, each element is an object, and I want to sort according to the number. So let's say I did not have this. If I never had this, just wait a minute. It's going to change now. It's going to change now. Oh, has it changed? No, it has not changed. Okay, it's because of this. So we are going to have it in this sort. Okay, yes, I think it will change in three. Yes. So this is what you have. So it's not ordered. So if you want to make it orderly in ascending order, like I said, this each element is an object, but you want to sort according to number. You can also sort according to the number of times you find it, the number of occurrences. But this time, let's say you want to solve. Oh, let's actually sort according to the number of occurrences. So we've already learned with objects. If you want to get the value of a particular key, you use dot the name of that key. In this case, we have dot repeat. So this one is representing each of them. So it's going to be, let's say, b dot repeat is greater than a dot repeat. Do this. It's waiting, loading, 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 loading. Just give it time. Why is it taking so much time? Oh, has it done it already? Let's
That's
see.
done now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have it here. It has done it. So this is 6, 5, 4. So it's doing it now in descending order. So we have our highest first. We have our highest occurrence first, followed by the next, the next, the next, the next. So now, if they tell you this is another answer to one of your tasks, if they tell you to find the first 10 now, what you are going to do is you are just going to slice out the first 10. If they ask you to find the first most repetitive numbers or whatever, you are just going to slice out the first 10 here. That is from 0 to 9. Those are your first 10 most repetitive numbers. So that's what you have for sets. What's the time? Okay, this is good. So we'll go to maps. Does everyone understand whatever I did there? How to sort, which, to be honest, we should not be talking about now. We should be talking about sets. But does everyone understand this perfectly?
Please, if you don't understand, please talk. Like, this is an open class, so you can actually ask any form of question you want to ask.
Feel free to ask questions. Don't be thinking it might sound stupid. If it's something that we've done before, I'll tell you to go and watch the recording, of course. But if it's not something we've done before, I will explain.
Ask something.
Ask, ask.
So um, I'm wondering why that push number colon then each. Why did this work without the quotes?
Aha. The reason why it worked without the quote is that this that I am passing a particular I'm passing a data here that is stored in this variable each. If I was passing the, let's say I created an object, const, let's say objt. If I create an object now, if I create an object, good, and then I want to add to it, I'll just say objt dot goat is equal to meh. Okay, so As you can see, the reason why I put quotation marks here, I say quotation marks, why I put this in quotes is because I am passing a string. That is why I put it in quotes, because I am passing a string. If I was passing a, if I was passing,
Hello?
hello, yes, I can hear you. If I was passing a number, what I'm going to put there is a number. If I am passing an array, what I'll put there is an array. Let's say empty array this time around. As you can see, this thing has turned to empty array. If I want to pass, I can pass a variable. But now, what it is going to store is the data instances that has been assigned to that variable. For example, if I want to pass this number array, this numbers array that I have. So what you have here is goat, and then the goat is assigned to the numbers array. That is, it is assigned to the value that is stored inside the numbers array. What these variables are, they are just like containers, and inside that container they have data. So when you, for example, now if I assign something to this, like this is a key in the object now, I assigned it to numbers array. I am not assigning it to the variable. I am assigning it to the data that is stored inside that variable. So in this case too, that's why I did not put it in a quotation mark, because this itself is a variable called each, which I declared inside this for loop. And then this each, so now in this place what it's storing is the data that is stored inside this each, which each time, no pun intended, each time that the data for each is going to be whatever is inside the num set at that particular time. The first time is going to be 1, the second time is going to be 2, the third time is going to be 5, this fourth time is doing the loop, each is going to be 6. So at the time where each is 6, it is going to store 6 inside this key. The value of this key is going to be 6. So that's why I don't put quotation marks, because this is a variable, and the same thing here too. It's also a variable. That's why I don't put quotation marks.
I
So do you
sorry,
understand that?
I guess that was not the question I was asking. I was talking
Ah,
about the number itself, that number and the repeats.
they are keys. I don't need to put them. I don't need to put them inside. What do you call it? I don't need to put them inside quotation marks, inside in quotes. But the funny thing is, I remember before I activated my um editor, that is, things that to add brackets, to do this. I did before I activated my formatter, or whatever they call it. Actually, if you put it in quotes like this, funny thing is it will still work. But the thing is, can you see I put it in quotes, but the moment I saved, my formatter removed the quote because it is not necessary. But if you actually put it in quotes, it will still work. It will still work. But because my formatter is activated, it already knows it's a key. So the truth of the matter is it is not necessary. If I save now, Control S, it removes it and throws it away. It is not
Okay.
necessary. But if you put it in a quote, yes, it will work. I think I get your question now. But it's not necessary.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So we'll move. I'm doing this because today we have a short topic. Oh my god, I thought we were done with sets. Okay, we have what they call union of sets. That is two sets together. To find a union to two sets, this can be achieved using spread syntax or spread operator. Let's find the union of set A and set B. I'll just copy this. So let me save this where, and I will save it here. So we have we have an array. We have how many arrays? One, two, three. We have three arrays. No, yes, we have three arrays. The first array we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second array we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we want to look for the union of A and B. In other words, we want to find all the unique elements in A and B. We want to combine A and B. That's what we want to do. What line 560 is doing is that it is combining the array A and the array B. So I remember it, I think it was Tochi that did it that day that someone was saying concat, but it was like, nah, this way is better, which is true. This is like when spread syntax came, it was mad. Can you see, instead of saying this concat, this blah blah blah, you can just use spread syntax, this comma, three dots again, the next one you want to concat. So this is going to join the two arrays together. It is still an array, it is not yet a set. So because it is not a set, what you are going to get is array A concat B. So it is not even going to give you unique numbers per car at this point. So console.log, let's just see. Loading. 5, 4. I think it would have worked here anyways. Okay, yeah. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Can you see? We still have repetition. We still have another 5 because this is just an array. It's not yet a set. But now the thing is, now we have joined A and B together, and we have saved that. We have saved what we have joined inside a variable called C. So now we can create a set from that C. And that set is now going to give us the unique elements in this array. So we are going to, at the end of the day, we are going to have the unique elements that were in A and also unique elements that were in B. And that is known as the union of A and B. So if I uncomment this and save it, you are going to see that you just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is what you are going to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one is now going to give you the unique elements from it. See what's in this one is let B is equal to set B. Actually, this one is not necessary anyways. This is all you need to get the union. So we have that for that. This one is just to create a set from B, to create a set from A in case you need it. So that's cool. That's cool. I like the way we are moving. After intersection, I'm going to ask you guys if you have questions. But for now, we'll take a chill pill and just continue. Okay, tack. So we have what they call intersection of sets. Like I said, union of sets is it's going to get all the unique elements from A and B. So all the unique elements that you have in the two, it is going to get it. What intersection of set is going to do is that it is going to get the common elements in A and B. That's what it's going to get for you. The common elements in A and B. And how do you do that? Uh, it's quite easy. So, okay, let me just copy this first. I think everything looks is always more understandable when you, even when you check Stack Overflow, by the time you put it on your inside your VS Code, everything starts to make sense. Ah, interesting. So I have to comment this out. Okay. So again, we have array A, we have B.
Sorry, Mr. Damilari.
Yeah,
Sorry, the one we just treated now, is it the union of set or the inter, like is it the
union,
union we did or
union. We are combining them together.
I think
Yes. So intersection is you are finding common grounds. You are finding common elements. You know, then in school when we're doing maths, they will draw one set, they will draw another set. The one, if they intersect, whatever is in the middle, they bring it out. That's what we are doing. But now we are not just bringing out what's in the middle, we are bringing the unique elements from in the middle. It's okay, like we have one set here, we have another one here. I think I should be using some, I don't know, maybe electronic board or something. Maybe some. Okay, yeah, we have that for that.
I think Google Meet has electronic board,
Oh, really?
but I
we
don't
have
think
one board.
Teach me how to use
Yeah, they
it.
have board. I can't. I don't know. I don't use them. Who can use it?
Yeah, it has a whiteboard.
Oh. Uh-huh. So it's like we have a circle and then we have another one. So this right here, what is here? This shaded part, that is the intersection. That is where they intersect. That is, we are talking about the common elements of A. This is set A, or instead of putting it there, let me say this is set A, and then this is B. So whatever you have here inside this place, that is the intersection of the set. That's what's known as the intersection of the set. But now the union of the set is like you are combining A with B. The union of the set uh is basically A plus, okay, don't let me use that color for plus. Let me use another one. It's basically A plus B. That's the union of the set, and this is intersection. So this is what I will call the union, and this I'll call the intersection. So is that understandable? So intersection is common element. So you guys saw that, huh? Hello? Am I talking to myself?
No.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no.
No?
Okay, cool. Yeah, and that was quite, that's a nice tool actually. So thanks guys. So what we are going to do is we are going to use the filter. As you saw, like in this place, we also used filter to look for uh common elements, the elements that are equal to whatever we are checking. So in this case too, it's something similar. We have array A and we have array B. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to set a set. We are going to create a set of one of the arrays, and then we are going to pass in the first one and check if the second one has it. That's what we are going to do. To find the intersection, I'll repeat. Okay. Um, it's like, let's say I have fruits, and then another person has fruits, and we're going for a picnic, and we don't want to, we don't want to, like, we want to find fruits that everybody likes, that both of us like, the fruits both of us like. We don't want to take that one person is eating one fruit, another person is not eating the other. We want to take the common fruits like that we both like. So I'll bring all the fruits I like. The other person too will bring all the fruits he or she likes. So when we bring them, there will be someone that we check. The person is going to take the first fruit. Let's say now we put them inside different containers. I put all my own fruits in one container called A. The other person puts the fruits in another container. Oh, okay. Okay. How do you erase? What do I want to make it bigger? Can I make it bigger? Oh, interesting. Easy to use. So let's say so whatever I want, I'll put it in a container. I'll put my fruits in a container. The other person, let's say Mr. Steve, we also put his fruits in a container. So he has some fruits here. I also have my own fruits. Oh my god, I've forgotten how to draw a pentagon. Okay, let me just draw this instead. Okay, what other shape do we have? I've run out of shapes, so guys. You guys should give me shapes. Come on. We have triangle, we have
Silly.
rectangle. Eh?
Star.
Eh?
Boy.
You guys don't know shapes too?
We have cube
Cube. Ah, no, I'm
or
not drawing cube.
or cylinder. Cylinder.
Star.
Rectangle.
Star.
Trapezium.
Rectangle. Oh, trapezium. Yeah, that's true.
Uh, yeah,
So
these are
in
the
this case, so yeah, we have this. So as you can see, we want to find the common fruits that we have. So what's going to happen is that a neutral person, let's say Tochi, is going to come and filter out what we have in common. So what Mr. Tochi is going to do is that he's going to stretch his hand and take one of the elements that I have, and he's going to take it, he's going to go and check, he's going to take it to this place and check that, oh, can I find any can I find anything that looks like this one here? These ones are squares. This one is a rectangle. So it cannot find it. That means it is not going to keep it. It's going to throw it away. So if we bring his hand again to the next one, let's say to this, and then he's going to bring it and check this place. If it finds out that it can find something like that, it is going to return it. Because this one now, let me do this, is going to mark it that, oh, I found something like that, and it's going to return it. But now in this case, as you can see, there are two of these. So what is going to happen is that it's going to return the two of it. That's what filter does. It's going to take this and iterate, and then if it finds that there is something like that, it's going to take two of it. So now when we take two of these, one thing is we want unique elements. Because we want unique elements, we are not going to use an array. If we use an array, that means at the end of the day, we have to come and convert that array to set again. So instead of passing through all that trouble, which is going to make our code longer, in this case by just one line, so we can leave my own as an array. We can leave my own as an array, what we are using to check, and then we are going to take a set. Now they draw set. We are going to take a set of his own. In other words, for him, he's going to have one of a kind. And why do we want that? So that we can only get one element each. So even though I have many, so many of them, he's going to check once through all these ones and then return just one of it. It's just going to return one that looks like it. Because if it's a set, it's only going to contain unique elements. So I am not going to have this. I am not going to have this because it's a set. So it is going to contain only unique ones. So this is what I'm going to have. And at the end of the day, when Tochi is done checking, what he is going to have is just this and this. That is what he's going to have. So this one will be a set, while this one will be an array. So you are going to be filtering using you are going to be filtering from the set, but outside you are going to have an array, which is the same thing this code is talking about. So outside, you are using this array A, that is all my own fruits, even though they might have some, things inside. And then inside his own, you are going to be using a set. That was exactly what they did. This is it. This capital letter B is a set. So that it is not going to return more than one thing. And even if it returns more than one thing, you still can still turn it to a set. The reason why they turned it to a set is because this filter always returns an array. From what we did last time, those that were in class, filter always returns uh, a new array. So we have that. It's going to return a new array. So if you want to get the set now, you have to convert that array into a set. Does everyone understand? Hello? Don't tell me the network was bad. Guys,
I
should I go over it again?
yes, please.
Okay, I'll go over it. So in short, this is it. I have fruits, he has fruits. So these are the sets
Um,
of our fruits.
but the network is still.
It's shaky.
I think it's our network. Your network is fine.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so what we are doing is we are passing a condition. The thing is, this set has unique numbers. It has unique fruits inside. So what we are doing is, does what's the person's? I think I use Steve. Does he have this particular fruit? This is a what we have here inside this place is a callback function. This is a parameter. You can make it anything. In this case, they named it num because num sounds like number, and inside it you have numbers. You can name it nu or anything you want to. So this nu is like the for each loop. It's going to represent each element, and we are filtering using a array. So this num is going to have each element of the A array. That is the first time it is going to loop through this array using this function. What's going to happen is that num is 1. So it is going to check, does Steven, does he possess 1? That is, B has this. In this case, this is a condition we are setting. For those that were not in class yesterday, filter, for you to use filter, you have to set a condition. So this is the condition. This returns true or false. So if this returns true, what is going to happen is that if this returns true, filter is going to return that particular element that was in play at the point that this condition returned true. In other words, the first time it came here 1, and this one is B as 1. The set, this one does not have repetitive numbers anyways, but if it does, let's say it's going to be the same thing. So it's going to check the set of B now just going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is all. It's not going to repeat. So it is going to check 1. So it's the first time it's going to be 1. B has 1. No. So it's going to go to the next one. 2. B has 2. No. The next one 3. B has 3. True. This is the set of B. Let me see. Well, let me see if I can just say this and it will show me. Come on, show me, show me. Yes. So this is the set now. B has 3. Yes, B has 3. So if this returns true, what's going to happen is that it is going to give you that particular element that was in play at the time that B returned true, which at that point it was 3. So it is going to return 3 for you. And then it's going to check again 4. B has 4. Yes, B has 4 to return 4 for you. The next one 5. B has 5. Yes, B has 5 to return 5 for you. Then the next one, and that is all. So at the end of the day, you are going to have the common elements, which is 3, 4, and 5. Those are the common elements to A and B, and that is what is going to return for you. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it is every time that it is going to return that particular element. You can specify what filter will return, but in this case we did not specify. So yeah, it's going to work like this. So questions, I know there are questions and you can ask. Map is quite easy, so it will not take our time. I know there are questions, or does everyone understand?
I don't
Just 1 second.
understand though.
Hey, I'm coming. Okay, I've explained twice now, or 3 times. So Mr. Efe, Mr. Tochi, do you have any other way you can explain this?
Can you hear me? Okay, no, let Raja, can you explain?
Raja.
Let Raja go first.
Omo,
Nah, boss.
I'm literally just joining the class right now. What are you guys talking about?
This just explain
What's
just
what's the
explain this for
problem?
them.
Okay.
You're talking about set.
Yes, we are
Yeah.
looking for the intersection of sets, intersection of A and B. So we are filtering through this array, this set, setting this condition as a set. Set using this set to set a condition because it has unique numbers. So if it has that
Mm.
particular element in that array, it should return that particular number. And at the end of the day, it's going to return only the common numbers.
Okay. Okay. So what's happening is this. Do they understand? Have you taught them filter?
Yes, yesterday.
Oh, okay. So before we go on first, you need to understand how that has work. That has is a special method set with the set object. So what that has does is that it checks if a number is inside a set. So example, if you look at that capital letter B there, the can you log that capital letter B? Let's
This
show them
is
the set in that capital letter B.
this is
Okay, okay, there it is. Okay. So as you can see there, we have 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you do b dot has, you put in a number, it's going to go and check inside b if that number exists. If the number exists, it's going to return true. If it does not exist, it will return false. That's what b dot has number is doing basically. So let's say I put in b dot has 10, it's gonna return false because there is no 10 in b. Okay. So that's basically what the has is doing. So now let's look at what the filter is doing. So what the filter is doing is it went to A, you understand, and it's filtering through A. When you filter through A, what filtering is basically doing is that it picks a number, it picks the first number from the array, and then it checks if the number satisfies that condition that we have given it, which is basically that b dot has number. So it's gonna pick each number and it's gonna check if they satisfy this condition, and it's going to return the one that satisfied that condition. So a dot filter number, the number, if first of all pick one. That if you look at line 569, that's the A I'm talking about. First of all, pick one, and then it checks if one satisfies the condition we passed inside. If it satisfies that condition, then it's gonna return one. So the first one is b dot has one. If you look at capital letter B there, b dot has one is false, so it throws away one. It goes on to the next one, which is two, and it check b dot has two, which is false. It threw away two, and it move on to the next one, three. B dot has three, true. It returns three. You understand me? And then it moves on again. B dot has four, true, and then it returns four. And then it moves on to the last one, five, which is B dot has five, which is still true, and then it returns five. That's how we now have 3, 4, 5. Do you understand? Do you understand how that filtering is working so far?
Yes.
So first of all, let me go through it quickly again one more time. B dot has is checking if B has that number. You understand? And filtering in own work is to pick each number and test the condition we are passing to see if it is true. The one that is true, return it. The one that is false, straight away. So if we filter through A, first of all, it will pick one first, and then it will check B dot has one, false. It throws away one. It moves on to the next one. B dot has two, false, because there is no two in B. It throws away two. B dot has three, true. It returns three. B dot has four, true. It returns four. B dot has five, it's true. It returns five, which is the last one there. Do you understand me? So that small letter C is returning an array that satisfies our condition, basically 3, 4, 5. And what we're doing at 577 is just converting it from an array to a set in case it repeats itself. So we just filter it. You understand? If it's repeating itself, just filter it and get me only one. That's basically it. Dami, that's how I can break it though.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Do you guys understand?
You don't understand. Let me explain too.
Yes.
Ah, they
You know,
understand.
if you don't understand, keep
You
talking.
guys understand, right?
See, it's very important you understand how filter works. If you
Yeah.
don't understand, say you don't, and then somebody else will try to explain it again, so you can try and understand how filter works. It's very important you understand how filter works.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Sorry, I'm just joining. Can you explain what the new set is doing in the code?
Huh. You are just joining. Like you're just joining this internship or you're just joining the class.
Get me?
Hmm?
Can hear you.
I can hear you. Are you just joining the
Are
internship or
you
you're
just
just
joining
joining
the
the class?
internship? Unmute yourself now. Don't worry. We'll
Yes,
not bite you.
I'm just joining too.
Do you have
Okay, you're
no
joining the internship and the class today. Both of them.
Both the internship and the class.
Sorry, the
uh,
internship is boot camp. Sorry, I made this a internship.
I've been it's internship that's been on my mind
So,
since.
Good evening.
so
So I can hear Michael's voice. Is that not Michael's voice? I heard Michael's voice. Ah, he's here.
Michael. Oh, he's here.
Hey. Okay,
Good evening,
so
sir.
Miss Blessing. Before I
Good
continue,
evening.
let's pay homage to one of the big boys here, to one of the
Let's
big
pay.
men,
Let's pay homage to one of our founding fathers.
Mr. Michael Nwogu. Yes. Okay, so yes, glad to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you. Respect that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So new set. Well, new set is the word new is like we are just creating a new set object, something like that. We are creating a new set. That's why we put new set there. So what that new set is doing is that we are creating a new set from the array A. From array A. That's what new set does. So I'll move on. I will move on. And thank you. Welcome. Welcome. I really hope you'll gain a lot from this boot camp, which I think is 90% of that is up to you because there are materials, there are people that will help you. So yeah, it's all up to you. And I really hope you make the best of it. So yes, we have the intersection of sets. We've done the union of sets. Now we have something called the difference of sets. That is what is not common to them at all, which is extremely, if you understand this, you understand the other one. This one is what is common to them. It's going to filter out what is common to them. If you want to filter out what is not common to them, you just add an exclusive sign to this and you get what is not common to them. A long time ago, we talked about all these or these were like certain conditions, operators, and so on and so forth. So this one is if this is not true. That is, if B does not have this number, it should return true. Before, if B does not have the number, it will return false. But with this now, we are like asking for the negative of what this is. So B has number. If this is true, it's going to return that particular number. But once we add this sign, it's going to do the opposite of what it was doing before. So if B is true now, this time around, it will not keep that number, it will not return that number, it will throw it away. And then if B is not true, that is when it will now keep the number. So with just one single thing, we've gotten the opposite of what we need. So yes, we have that from that. So let me give you guys what they call is it Easter egg or whatever they call it. So I don't think they talked about it here, but it's important. I think you can even use spread operator though. But yeah. But apart from using that, if you want to turn a set to an array this time around, let's say they gave you a set and then you want to turn it to an array. For example, now you want to sort the set. To sort the set, you have to, first turn it to an array first now before you can sort it. So to do that, for example, I have set C. If I want to turn C to an array, I will say that let array C be equal to array, and then after array dot from, and then inside it I'm going to put what I want to transform, which is the set C. So if I console.log array C, I'm going to get an array from the set C in 3, 2, 1, shikap, 1 and 2. So this is set C, 1 and 2. So to convert it to an array, you use array dot from. That is, from where am I getting this array? I'm getting it from C. And then okay, I have it now. And it's going to create it for you. So it's like create an array from this. So that's the Easter egg. Good. Yeah, we have that for that.
Sorry, can you just do what you did again? Sorry for that.
This array dot from.
Oh, this is this. Where did you get the cheat from?
Hmm? I just saw it somewhere
Where
one
did
day.
you get the cheat from? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So many new things, yeah.
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta learn you. This is something very, very man. This is more advanced.
So yeah, we have that. We'll move to maps or map. Okay, no S. We'll move to map. So we learned about the dot map method the last time, but this one is different. This one is not a method this time around, it's an object. So it is a map similar to an array, different from an object, but different from a set. So we have some similar entities. We have arrays, we have sets, we have objects. We don't really call them. Yeah. We have array, we have sets, we have objects, and we have maps. They are simple, but they work differently. Also, the same thing: object, set, and map. They all have the same shape of container, which is this curly brackets. So the same way to create a new map, to create a new array, to create a new set, to create a new whatever and whatever, let's const or let whatever. It's still the same thing. Const map. Oh, is this going to work? I don't think this is going to work. Let my map be equal to new map. Bam. I have a new map. Just like that. So if I console.log my map, I will get something like this. It looks like set two, but it's different. Yes. Can you see?
You're having double M
I
for
know.
the map.
I know.
Okay.
I know actually. That's why I'm calling it my map. I can use M2. But the thing is, well, we have dot map, method, this and that, this and that. So I just wanted to make it special. And I was thinking it might not work actually. But it did. Anyhow. So yes. We have that. And then creating a map from an array. The same way we create a set. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Okay, I'll do it. The same way we create a set. New set, you put whatever you want to create, whatever you want to convert, the array you want to convert, you put it inside these brackets. Same thing with map. Let me just copy this one so that I will not be doing double work and I'll save time for all of us. Precious time. Eh, eh. So yeah, we have this. These are two. So we have a countries array right here. So to create a new map, same way with creating a new set, a new object too, new array too. So it is the same thing. You pass the array inside. Bam. So after passing the array inside, you are going to get a map. And map looks different from all of them. That is the key and the value. Oh, and as you can see, what you have here is you have dual or you have duos. For example, you have an array. Inside that array, you have another array. That is, each element of the array is an array containing two elements. In other words, each element is an array with a length of 2. So now, when you use map, this is how they will look like. Let me show you on the console. They will look like this: Finland, an arrow, Helsinki; Sweden, Stockholm. It is nice for all these state and capital, things that are related to each other. It's really nice for that when something is related to each other. But now, quick question: what will happen if I add legacy? So, oh, did you guys see that? Let me add Abuja, because I know someone will come ask me this question later on. So, um, no, let me space. So, can you guys see what it still produced? It still produced Finland, Helsinki, Sweden, Stockholm, Norway, Oslo. In other words, maps are for. Wait, did I even read the definition? Coming. What other name? It's not a capital, but it was formerly a capital. So, as you can see, it will take only the duos. It will take only 2 from each of them. That's what maps are. I don't think I read the definition. Oh, they did not even define it. But let me give my own definition. What maps do is that they just take the duos, like is the best thing to use for if you have let's say two things that are related to each other, like country, capital, state and capital, um maybe someone and gender, two things that are related to each other. That is what you use map for. So map is now going to, for example, this is what you are going to get from map: Finland, Helsinki; Sweden, Stockholm; Norway, Oslo. This is how map looks like. This is what is going to console log for you. Now, to add values to a map, we use dot set. To add value to a set, we use dot add. To add values to a map, you set values for it. It's not that you just add it. For set, the thing is, set is just like it's like there's just an empty room. You're just throwing things inside. You're throwing things inside. That's what you're doing to set. It's similar to an array that you're just pushing things inside. But for map, you are setting values for map, and they are duos. So you have to set, for example, in this place now, and then to check the size also, you use dot size, not dot length. So for this now, as you can see, when they were setting it, they used two. There is duality when it comes to map. They set Finland and Helsinki, Sweden and Stockholm, Norway and Oslo. So, for example, let's say this countries map. This time around, I don't want countries map. I want gender map. So at the beginning, of course, gender map is going to be 0 because I have not added anything. So here I am going to add boy, right? Boy, girl. It would be nice if this is in capital. Boy, girl. We have Sweden, Stockholm. We have man, woman. Some people come and tell me that I'm putting men first. That why did I put women first? It was just a coincidence. So please. woman. I could have put women
You're
first too.
starting something that you don't want to finish.
Ah,
Nice one.
no, I'm just saying it now in case it was just a coincidence.
Why are you scared?
With the way things are going now. So, actor, actress. Hope this is spelling. So we don't have a country's map anymore. Sorry. We have a gender map. Here also we do have a gender map dot size. And so this is how you set, or the in other words, this is how you add values to a map. You have to add them in those. Hey, I hope that English is correct. But yeah, that's how you set it. I don't know why this one is still hanging. I have no idea why. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let me just check my console.
It's still country's map in set.
Oh, oh my god. Um, let me just. So now I think it's all cool. Yeah, so we have boy, girl, man, woman, actor, actress. So as you can see, those two things go together. So that's what you do. Those are things you can use map for. Now to assess, what was the next thing? Yeah, to assess values from map. If you want to get a value from map, so same or similar to objects, the first one that you have is a key. Oh my god, right, that is gender now. The first one that you have is a key to getting something that is stored inside of it. So, for example, now if I use get boy, gender map, gender map, I don't think this is even the best example. But get, what do I want to get? I want to get boy key. Can you see? It's like a key. Hmm. This will not give me anything. Set capital now. Come on. In three, two, one. Ladna. I can't see anything on my console. And why is that? I'm coming. I don't see anything. Oh, I not console.log it. Coming. Oh, it will give me girl. So this is like a key. This is the value inside. Key, value, key, value, key, value. So it is best for things that are related to something else. So something that is related to a key. We have state and capital. We have we can have brand and what they represent. For example, Apple, you can say phones or you can just say electronics, IKEA, furniture, things like that. Things they represent. That's what
But
they're best for. But what? Someone was saying something.
that what an opposite.
Well, yeah, you can use it for that too. Yeah, you can use it for that. You can use it for that too. I'm coming. Give me a second, please. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. So yeah, we have that for that. Sorry for that little. Should I call it delay? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So, checking a key in map, very, very similar to what you have in set. You use as, like has. Okay, I have to be intentional with the H. So that is what you use. So this is also going to return a boolean for you, similar to what Mr. Raja was explaining to us. It's going to return a boolean for you, and that is it true? Is this statement true? Does country map, does it have Finland in yeah, well, whatever. Does it have Finland inside of it? And then to check. Finland. It does have Finland. So it's going to return true for you. That's what it does. So. Hmm, I'm coming. Please give me a minute. Coming. Okay. So yeah, we have that for that. So we've done this. Checking if a key is in map, yes. So this is not the structuring already. Okay, well, yeah. Our next topic is the structuring. So they are trying to give us a taste of it because this is the last thing they did. They are trying to give us a taste of the structuring before we actually enter the structuring, which is what is here. So, okay, I will not go deep into it because that's what we have for next week, or should I say for next class, which is going to be on Saturday. So the structuring is like you have a structure and you kind of know or you have an idea of what is inside that structure. So because you have an idea of what is inside that structure, you can pre-assign things to that particular structure that you have. In this case, in this particular case, we have so. So what the structuring is, okay, let me just write it here. The structure, the structuring. So what the structuring is as if you're already assigning variables to what is inside a container. For example, now if like inside a container or inside an array, we have many things. So let me instead of saying abstract things, let's say we have an array. Array. Let array, let me put array one if I've not used it before, be equal to let's say, okay, I'm not going to use rest here right now. So I'll just do something simple. 1 2 3. Or no, instead of 1 2 3. 1 2 3. I think this one's more explanatory. 4 5 6. And then we have why did this guy put this thing? Okay. So this is my array one. Yes, this is array one. It has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So array one is a variable, it's like a container. And then inside of it, I have an array. The data that is inside our container is in form of an array. And then inside that array, I do have arrays again. The length of the array is 3. So each element inside that array is another array. So I can actually, without knowing the values inside, if I want to use the elements inside that array, without knowing the value inside, I can pre-assign them to some particular variables. So at this point, I can now say const. Um, let's say, um, oh my god, I should not have used array one. Let's say array. No, let me use another name.
607 lines of code or more.
No, no, it's their classes now. All the classes they've been having. The stroke, structure. Let's call it structure. So now we are going to say const. Let the stroke 1, the stroke 2, the stroke 3 be equal to structure. So what I'm doing is now like I have destructured what we add. That is, I have divided it into parts. So now this destructure, this destruct one is as if I'm setting parameters for it already, similar to what you do to functions or whatever. So this destruct one is going to be equal to the first element in the array. This destruct two is going to be equal to the second element in the array. This destruct three is going to be equal to the third element in the array. Now, if I say so I don't know. Let's see what this will give us. 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you see? It's going to give us 1, 2, 3. That is this. Because it's the first one there. Even if I have, let's say, something else, 10, 11, and 12. I'm not going to the rest one today. So I can still console.log destruct 3. And it's going to give me the third. See, 3, 2, 1. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's going to give me the third element inside this array. That is what it's going to give me. That is what people call, or that is what is referred to as destructuring. Like you are dividing it into parts and just assigning it at that point in time, and it is extremely useful. It really does make life easy instead of having to iterate or whatever. If this is equal to one, then this struct is equal to element. If this whatever. Can you see, just with one line of code now I have destructured the whole array into, if it's just the three elements I want, I've already gotten them. So that's how the structuring works. I know there will be questions, and in all honesty, I'll be answering them for you next class. But this is just like an introduction. So please just have this in mind for next class. But apart from this, for all these other ones, do you have questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Mr. Michael, you don't want your question. Reject your question. So questions. Guys. Oh, I can see messages here. Trying to join. Oh, the whiteboard. Okay. So you guys understand everything about maps or about map? Do you guys know that not what is written there is not really what map is about? Map is another big boy on its own.
Uh,
You people understand everything?
I want to ask a question. So,
Yeah, I'm not asking questions.
it's
We
Yeah,
actually
should.
let him
confusing me about
ask.
map. Anyways, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking this.
If
Like
you don't know
maybe
the
if
answer,
it's
what
for,
gives you the probability that I will know the
I'll just
answer?
ask it later on.
Ask. I'm just joking.
I,
Ask.
I can just maybe you can just answer it later on. Okay, so
Ask now.
we discussed about map, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then map is from what we actually discussed. I want to actually ask the question is what is that unique characteristics that we want me to use map instead of using an object?
The thing is, with map, you can, for example, whatever you want to use as your key, you can use anything as your key. That is a very, 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 the most unique characteristic of map. You can use anything as your key. In objects, whatever you can use as your key can be a number, which okay, I'm not going to show up my code. But yeah, your key can be a number, or you can set it as a normal string. Someone was asking me that why did I put quotation mark there? So it's not necessary. So you can
No,
set
wait,
it as a
wait,
normal
sorry.
string.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Dami.
Mm-hmm.
in objects, your key can leave strings. I don't think I use number key. I think that's one of the limitations that objects have.
Oh yes, you can use
But for
strings like you can use integers. Oh. I've done it before.
for key, try. Let me see.
Let's try it. Let's try
Shock
it.
me, I beg. Shock me.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
I created one obj up here. Uh,
If that's possible, then
let's see. So objects dot good. Let's go to number array. So let's do two. Let's see if it's going to work.
hmm.
You see?
But it's not that guy. What are you doing?
Yes, now it works. The thing is, you guys used to ask me that why do I
You
prefer
put it
this
in the
method? This method
you
can take
you
in
put it.
anything. It can take in a
You
variable.
see how look how you called it now.
Yeah,
I
but it
just say
still
the
takes.
square bracket method is dynamic
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, it's
I
very
don't understand.
dynamic.
Tochi, what's the problem?
But the
Like,
thing is,
it's
it can
Dynamic
take a
like
number
means
is
number.
my
working.
problem
What's your
dynamic.
is
It can
problem?
take a number as a
see
key.
look at how
This
he's
is a
calling
number
it
here.
now. It's not why he's calling it. We are calling it with normal dot method.
It's not. You know, you
Let's
cannot
let's
call.
That's
do
the advantage
Do you know
this
you
one
can
have
also
over the
not?
dot
You cannot
now.
call a variable using that dot method too. Let's say you put a parameter and then in your function something like that, and then you do dot that parameter. By the time you click on it, the reference point is not going to be that parameter that is inside your function because it is going to think that it is inside of it. That's why this one is like, to me, is the best. Can use it
It's
for anything.
dynamic actually. It's not the best. You can use it to create dynamic or use it for a dynamic. For instance, now if you want to maybe you want to work with variables or
Yeah, yeah.
having variable values that
Uh-huh.
actually has strings, and you want to use the strings to navigate into this. That's what makes it very very dynamic actually.
Yeah.
But
That's why
my
it's the
question still
best
stands.
now.
My question, no, it depends. It depends on what you want to use it for. If you
Yeah,
want to use it
sure.
for that, if you want to use those method, just to use this is different. So my question, I never see the answer.
Ah, that's it now for this thing. Oh yeah, this one is limited to just numbers and strings. Yeah, and that's all. But for what they call it for map, you can use anything as your key. An array can be your key, actually. For map. You can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, that's why map, that's the main advantage that it has over it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you are welcome. But me myself, I myself, have I ever used map before? That's a question for another day.
No, that's the thing. It's one thing to know what to use it for, it's another thing to actually use it. It's
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I want to see why the reason for me to actually use map. I have a reason for me to use it. What's the reason for me to use map?
The thing
That's why
is,
I asked that question.
I've never been in a situation where I have to set maybe an array as a key or an object as a key. Maybe later on I'll get to that point. So when I need to set an object as a key, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll be using map.
Another use case of this map is kind of like to find it kind of do what said does. It also filter the stuff and return only one. Like if you have maybe multiple keys or something. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do.
Mm.
So yeah, we have that about that. So the men the men of old have asked questions. Do you guys have questions? I'm ready for your questions. This is it, yeah. We've done set, we've done map. Do you have any question concerning set or map before we dive? before we stop the recording and dive and do. Can you see? Even the exercises are no more. I don't mean. So
Please, what's the usefulness of the set, the map?
the map, we just talked about it.
Okay.
But the set, the usefulness of the set, I think we even used it now. We did some use cases of
Yeah, we
sets.
used it. We used it. So prior to now, I only know of array and object. So I'm just getting to know about this set and this map, and I'm wondering why we can't just use arrays and objects to do what we want to do. Why do we have to
Arrays do not.
use set?
Arrays will not give you just unique numbers. Set is going to give you only unique numbers. You will not find a duplicate inside set. For example, inside array you can have 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 7, 8, 8, 10, 10, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 14, 14, 14, 14. You'll never find that in set. Set, you are just going to have only unique numbers. And using a set of a particular array, you can use it to get the number of times that particular element exists in that array. In that array, using a set of a particular array. Without that, there's another method actually to do that, but it is a longer method. The shortest method is to get the set of it, the unique elements, and loop over them. So you loop over the
I
unique
get it.
elements, yeah, to get
I
it.
get it
Of
now.
course, there are
Yeah.
also so many use cases, especially in scenarios where you have like lots of data and you need only the unique elements. So you just get it. For example, now if you get people to vote for like maybe lots of people, and then they vote. Of course, some people can vote one person more than once. For example, I can vote Raja, another person will vote Raja, another person will vote Raja. And what you want to get is just, okay, who were the people that, were voted for? Because some people will have zero votes. So the people that were voted for, you are just going to get the set. Once you get the set, those are the people that were voted for, the unique names. So to now get the number of times, the number of votes that each person have, you can now even use that set against the data that you have.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. So, any questions? Any other person? Before we is already. Wait, I saw something. I have two of it. Interesting. Let me close one. Wait, it should be one. Anyhow, so yeah, we have that for that. Questions, guys. To be honest, I don't even know why this question is here. It's to say exactly the same thing as what we did up here. No questions. Good. So you guys are going to solve one or two out of your tasks. Let's start from level one as usual. Someone should create an empty set for me, please. At least let me know that. Oh no, I'll choose the person myself. Is restricted to integer and symbols, whereas in map the key field, yeah. So if you want to check like the object or whatever, yeah, you can check the chat. Mr. Michael has dropped some gem, something of value for you in the chat. Oh, someone disappeared. Mr. Steve. Hello, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve. Ah, look at the next person I wanted to call. She ran away. Ah, okay. Miss Busari, can you help us, please? I want to create an empty set. How do I create an empty set?
Const the name of the set equals to new set, then open bracket.
I can use let to anything, but yeah, const is cool. Const, the name of the set.
Equals I not necessary.
Equals
New set. No, no, no. There's supposed to be a space. Then open bracket, close the bracket.
Ah,
No.
it's not working.
Capital letter S.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how to create a new set. Okay, we have that in the back. That is good. That is good. That is good. So we'll move to the next one that we have. So let's say, um, okay, let us create a set of five string elements from an array. That is, in other words, the thing is, the first thing you are going to do is you are going to create an array with five string. I should not even tell you. Create a set of five string elements from array. And the person that is going to solve it for us is Miss Princess, Miss Ajose, Tochi's best friend. So, hello, Miss Ajose, Miss Princess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're going to solve this question for us. So the question is, where is it? Create a set of five string elements from array. From array. So that's what we are trying to do. Create a set of five string elements from array. What's the time? Cool.
So const okay. So, mm, good. Letters. I mean, let's
Eh?
word. Like yes, word equals bracket. The array bracket. No, array bracket. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's needs to cancel
Eh? What did you say?
this. I said in a string
Hmm?
um apostrophe.
I can't say you.
I said in a string
Okay.
is pencil.
Nintendo.
No, I said pencil,
Pencil.
comma, side of the string, there's comma. Bag, cup,
Uh-huh.
ruler. I said ruler. Basket.
Uh-huh.
Quick the set of five string element from array. So it's now be what let set what set abi set of what abi what set then what set of set what yes anyhow equals new set then inside the bracket what.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. You guys are moving well. So we move to the main thing.
The line.
Oh, so that is our A set. We are going to create another B set. And then we are going to find the intersection. Okay, for now, let me stop the recording. So thank you guys for joining us. I hope to see you guys again next week for next lesson. Don't forget to do your tasks. Everything in this case for today's topic, since we have so many few tasks, like we don't have so many tasks. So yeah, I wish you best of luck.